Our guest speaker is Derrick Espadas. Do you ever wonder where your money goes every month? I sure do. Do you not ever want to open up your banking app because it's so traumatizing? Yes. Well, you're in the right place. We'll turn financial chaos into useful information with one simple system. Derek will share an understanding on cash flow and expenses in ways that reduce stress and increase control. If you are ready to be a business owner who wants clarity on their cash flow without complexity, listen here. Please welcome Derek Espadas.
For having me. Thank you for the great energy. I've tax day was yesterday, so I get to interact with humans now. So it's very exciting to be here. And I'm gonna do my best to not throw accounting stuff at you and make you want to run away. So I'm a little different in my accounting. I go on vibes a lot. And we'll talk about that as we go through, just so you know that I know what I'm talking about. Accounting degrees from fancy schools, MBA from fancy schools, and actually working on my doctorate right now, where I not in accounting, in decision making and office politics. But I want to talk to you today about cash flow. Uh, and just know that when I'm talking about this, I actually, when I was thinking about this, have three different sets of different groups in mind that all had the same problem. So solopreneur, and know that when I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself because I need to listen to my own advice. A lot of the times, I get so busy in other people's work that I forget my own stuff. Uh, Company with $1 million revenue turn and a company with tens of millions of revenue. Everyone makes the same mistakes. And I will so when we're talking cash flow, a lot of times when we think of our businesses, we're handed our P&Ls, profit and loss statement, income statement, and we're like, oh, I'm doing pretty well. But our bodies say something different because our bodies and our memory know when the bills are due. And even though a lot of times when we have money in our accounting statements, the money's not there in the bank. And that's really what matters most of the year is, can I pay my bills? And again, for those of you who are new to entrepreneurship and figuring, oh, he figured me out. This also goes for the companies making tens of millions. And it blew my mind. What do you mean you're not going to make payroll? You have tens of millions on your income statement, but they did not have it in their bank account. And so we're going to talk about how to take care of that. And why it matters, because lack of cash flow is actually the main reason most companies go under. It's not the profit and loss. It's not that you're making or not making enough money at any given time of the year. It's when do you have money? Because if you can't make payroll, employees leave. If you can't pay a bill, you lose credit and you're not given credit to buy the items you need. That's what's going to shut a business down. The profit and loss statement, to be honest with you, there's a language thing going on. There's an accounting language, and then there's what's in your bank account. What's in your bank account is very important. The accounting stuff, leave it to your accountant. We'll make the magic happen. But a lot of times we're presented from our financial partners the accounting language. Again, I can make the numbers say whatever I want. I just finished doing that yesterday. What's in the bank account is harder to do. And so how do we take care of that? So one of the main things that what creates the problems is just timing. You have a bill due, your clients haven't paid you, or what I see a lot very recently is whatever payment processing system you're using, it goes into an account. So let's just say you're using Venmo. It goes into the Venmo, and then it needs to transfer to your bank account. And there's usually 3 to 5 day difference. So you're thinking, oh, I get paid on the first, bills due on the first, it'll cover. No, you got a lag, And so making sure that that money is there, you have to calculate that into when you're actually going to have it in your bank account. And that, again, across industries, across revenue, it's a problem. Even for those on, credit card systems, it doesn't immediately go into your account. And so this is what we need to look at. Also need to get paid faster. And I'm going to admit I am horrible at this. I always do. I will work on invoices on Saturday, but then Saturday comes and I find better things to do. I have one invoice I need to send out today that I've been sitting on for a week. The quicker you can get your invoices out, the quicker you're going to get your money, especially if you're offering terms like giving them 30 days. Your clients, there are rare exceptions. I have some of those that are on me before I'm ready to invoice them, are going through the same problem. We're all trying to play this game of I don't have money. How can I put them off? And so a lot of times your clients are going to be paying you before you can invoice them. The quicker you can invoice them, the quicker you're going to get your money. And really, the other thing is taking a look at your expenses. Part of that equation is we want money to come in, but unfortunately, we also have to send money out. So a lot of times, if you talk to your vendors and just say, hey, and just be honest, it doesn't have to be sketchy. You can just say, hey, I have money coming in on the 15th. That's when you bill me and automatically withdraw it from my account. Can we change that to the 19th to make sure everything works out? More often than not, they do say, oh yeah, they want their money too. And they don't want that bounce check. So having a conversation with the vendors you can. Obviously, like you can't go into Walmart and ask for that. But, with your fellow business owners, that's really helpful. And they're likely because they're going to get paid faster and more consistently. That's going to happen. So what I would like you to do, I'm going to give you a homework assignment. And what you can do is I want you to make 3 columns. And in the first column, just go through. Again, you know when your bills are due. That's probably your main obsession. It is, do I have money to cover these bills? Just write down the bills that you have and when they're due. And then in the second column, write down your recurring client payments. So you're just going to put them there. And in the third column, you're just going to put, do they match up? Are you able to consistently not worry? Because when I talk about vibe accounting, that's what I'm talking about. We're all running businesses, and usually the focus is on money, money, money. Most of us have probably gotten into our own business because we were unhappy working in corporate. It's okay to be happy. It's okay to feel good running your business. But if you're worried about those benchmarks, you're not going to be feeling good. You're going to have flashbacks to your corporate life. So see if those match up. And if they don't, feel free to hop on my calendar. We can have a talk. But one of those things too is, can you get rid of expenses? And a lot of times the answer is no, especially for smaller companies. You're already working at the bare minimum. There is not much to go off of. I will also, and I tell clients this all the time, reducing expenses is not really sustainable. And I've had clients do this. Oh, well, I'll stop buying pens. Well, that's just the $1.50 that you spent on pens is not going to make a huge difference. But you're going to end up buying pens. So getting rid of expenses is not as effective as increasing your revenue.
1 minute warning.
1 minute warning. So I want you I'm going to throw in my link later if you would like to talk more. And one of the things I do help you out with is once you make that list, is we have an emotional attachment to a lot of our expenses. I will help you and say that's ridiculous. That is not, because I don't have the attachment. But that's cash flow. Do the little assignment, make an appointment with me. It's free. And we'll talk about how we can get your cash flow system in order because that's going to keep you thriving. So, thank you.